Well, I'm here for my Impact review, and well, let's just cut right into it. Anyway, James Storm comes out for a promo. It's very boring, like most James Storm promos are. Why would it be any different? One minute he's crying on his farm to his horses, overacting all over the place, and this is definitely overacting. He congratulates Austin Aries. Where was he last week? If he's such a big star, where was he? Anyway, I wasn't complaining when we didn't see him last week. Very overrated star. Not much talent in the ring and just atrocious on the mic. Tonight he's screaming at the top of his lungs like this, and it's like, shut up, lower your tone. You have no talent on the mic. He's just trying too hard. I mean, he's trying to like compensate for his charisma by screaming at the top of his lungs. The heightening of your voice doesn't create charisma. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work that way. Anyway, Kurt Angle is going to be James Storm's opponent for tonight. He calls him out because it's open fight night. Angle doesn't come out. Everybody's wondering where he is. He's been beaten up backstage by Aces and Eights, so we're not going to have that match. But anyway, Aces and Eights is more the most interesting story in professional wrestling right now. The WWE sure as hell ain't doing anything fascinating with their wedding angle. So this is probably, until the Brock Lesnar Triple H storyline, this is probably going to be the best thing in professional wrestling storyline wise. It's not great or anything, but at least it's interesting. I already know that one of the wrestlers is Luke Gallows, who's been doing the beatdown. So I was I was a firm supporter of Luke Gallows when he was in WWE, one of the more talented big men. So you know this storyline seems to be moving at a slow pace. They forgot about it for a month. They recently started to remember about it. So it goes without saying that this storyline has a few kinks to work out. But up next we've got Samoa Joe defeating Pope in a Bound for Glory series match. Samoa Joe looked like he legitimately kind of fucked up his mouth in this match. I enjoyed it. It wasn't great or anything, but it had potential to be a better match. Because at times it seemed like it was a real fight, like almost MMA style. You had Pope like mounting him and doing some like really realistic looking punches, some cool submissions that seemed really aggressive. A really aggressively toned match, and it looked very good. I enjoyed it for the most part. Very short, so I can't really say it was a good match, but it was enjoyable for what was shown. So Samoa Joe picks up the victory, and with an armbar. So that was different, as opposed to the Coquina Clutch. So hopefully they do a rematch and they go a little bit longer. Up next is Robbie E defeating Jeff Hardy. What? Are you serious? Yes, it was by countout, but it was lame how it went about. Robbie T kept interfering. Jeff Hardy comes down and starts beating on Robbie T. And Robbie E ends up getting a count-out victory. Jeff Hardy basically kicked his ass the whole match, and Robbie comes out with a cheap victory. Why even bother? I guess they wanted to give him points because he had no points prior to the match. Did Robbie E? This could be a very good gimmick because it's Jersey Shorish, but Robbie doesn't know how to go about it. He had a promo before the match, and as you can see, he has no charisma. He has no. He is not emotionally invested in his gimmick. Let's just say that. So, this was just very lame. This whole entire segment right here. Sam Shaw, it's gut check time. Crickets, crickets. No one cares. No one cares. Okay, so anyway, he comes out and Jeremy Borash starts interviewing him, but Ace and Eights comes out and destroys him. Okay, it's very obvious that this is a Nexus ripoff, but I enjoy these type of invasion angles, even though they have been done to death. And one was just done in 2010. So I'll cut them a little slack because wrestling right now is very short on good storylines. So anyway, we're gonna see Sam Shaw next week. Once again, crickets. Can't do a good cricket sound, but what the fuck, Uh, Mr. Anderson defeats AJ Styles. This was actually an above average match. I'm going to rate it 2.5 stars. I enjoyed it. It might have not been, a smooth, like silky smooth classic or anything, but I enjoyed the pacing of the match. I enjoyed the finish, the counter to the Styles Clash with the roll up. They went back and forth for the majority of this match, so it looked really good. They seemed very even. The back and forth pacing was something I greatly enjoyed. So I want to see more matches like this. People cry, why aren't you giving Impact a good review every week? Because you wouldn't know when a good match happens until a good one does. If I gave everything a good review, that is why, like you get matches like this, and I'm actually giving it a good review. Because honestly, it was very good, and I enjoyed it. I really thought that they really put an effort into this matchup. And even though I'm not very high on both guys lately, as I said, I think AJ Styles is kind of losing in the ring, slowing down a bit. Not by much, but I mean, like, he's not putting the effort in. I'm not saying that he's physically slow, like, pace-wise, but he doesn't seem to be giving the same genuine effort in his matches that he previously did. However, tonight was a different story. So maybe I was wrong when I said in my last video, or I said in the comments, wherever I said it, maybe I was wrong, but only time can tell. So I enjoyed this. And after the match, Clara Lynch comes out, and I don't understand this storyline at all. Where are they going with it? I really don't understand where they plan to go with this. I mean, Clara Lynch isn't even a wrestler on the roster. She's not even a knockout. So where are they going with this? She's just going to be gone another month or so. Because, like, where are they going to take this? Okay, so maybe he impregnated her. There's pictures that prove it. I don't really see where they can take this storyline. It's moving at a snail's pace. Even Dixie Carter has even, skedaddled from this skit. So I really don't know what the fuck they're going with this. It's like, come on, guys. I don't really see a future for this storyline. Let's hurry it up. Then we've got Christopher Daniels, who's been drinking the same wine for about an hour in the back. It didn't really make a lot of sense. He really didn't seem like he touched his wine. I don't understand why he's drinking wine in the first place. I thought wrestlers weren't supposed to drink on the job, but anyway, RVD and Daniels picks up the victory. Very sloppy pin at the end. I didn't even think that he beat RVD. Daniels really is not even motivated. Maybe it's because of this shitty storyline. But barely seemed to give an effort in this match. RVD is so fucking slow. It's almost embarrassing. As I keep on repeating, and people keep on telling me in the comments, RVD hasn't slowed down. What do you think? I'm fucking blind? I know when someone is slowed down, and it's quite obvious that RVD has slowed down in the ring. I really don't see how people could even dispute this fact anymore. So anyway, that was just garbage. Up next, we got Bully Ray defeating Magnus. This was okay. A little good back and forth. The Texas Cloverleaf was enjoyable to see once again. Bully Ray gets the win with the Bubba Cutter, or the Bully Cutter. I guess he's going to transpose the name to that. But anyway, Magnus is very over with the crowd, and I really don't understand why. I don't understand really the whole Magnus hype here. I apologize if I'm missing out on this, but he really just seems like an average wrestler. He seemed to be putting in a better effort than he had in recent months, but whatever. Up next is Aries and Rude. This was decent. This was 2 stars, but I didn't see the pay-per-view. I'm guessing it was better. Ace and the Eights comes out and just beats down Aries. I want to say that this is kind of tedious, but we have to see where it goes in the next couple of weeks. I mean, as I said, the whole beatdown angle has been done to death. The whole gang beatdown with Nexus and the NWO. But we'll see where it goes in the next couple of weeks. It's the most exciting storyline around. It's really sad that I have to say that, but that's just how the wrestling world is nowadays. We have to make do with what we're given. So, anyway, the match was decent. Oh my God, Robert Roode, Bobby Roode, just botching a terrible, terrible looking spot where Aries went for the clothesline. He doesn't go over. Aries takes him and just tosses his ass out over. He was the world champion, and he still can't even take a decent bump. Are you fucking serious? Wow, so actually we had a 2.5-star match and a 2-star match, so it was decent tonight. Nothing was really that bad, just Robbie E winning, and RVD and Daniels kind of sucked. But obviously we seem like we're getting some decent looking storyline with aces and eights. I really am looking forward to Luke Gallows. Oh, and I almost forgot, TNA signing another WWE reject, Chavo. Not to say he's a bad wrestler, but, Chavo Guerrero, is this the best you could get? The TNA, you're already criticized for being a WWE graveyard. You pick up all of WWE's used trash. And not to say Chavo is trash, but come on, old Chavito, that old horse has been beat to death, guys. It's not really going to make you a lot of money. So I really don't see the logic in signing Chavo. I don't really see a lot of people in the tubes nowadays saying that they want to see Chavo Guerrero, but I don't know. I guess he's going to be part of the X division, so look for Zema Ion versus Chavo. Might be a decent match, but I don't know. They're looking for charismatic stars in the X division, I guess, and Chavo's a little bit better at his promos, and if he's in the X division, he will definitely be the most well-known wrestler there. Anyway, I really don't know what they plan to do with him, but it just looks like a wasted contract. Well, anyway, it was decent, and TNA seems on this show seemed to be on a better track than Raw or SmackDown was. So, I mean, consider this to be, TNA going in a better direction. But as you know, TNA is very inconsistent. Anyway, I'll see you next week for Impact.